watching Stitch'em. So thank you so much for joining me today for another video. Now today's video is all part of the vlogator for the wonderful sewing challenge that is being hosted by the lovely Whitney over on Tomcat Stitchery, and that is hashtag precious fabric 24. Now the idea with that is that you sew up something from your stash that you consider to be precious fabric. Now that could be precious fabric for all number of reasons. It might be that someone's given it to you and therefore it's got some sentimental attachment. It might be that you bought it on holiday and therefore again it's got kind of memories in related to that. It might be a piece of fabric that you spent quite a lot of money on, and that makes it precious to you. It could be that you just absolutely love the fabric and that makes it precious to you and almost gives you that fear of cutting into it. It's trying to sew up those pieces of fabric that we love, we bought for a reason, we've kept for a reason, and try and get them out of our stash and onto our bodies. So yeah, the idea is to sew up a garment within the month of September and to post it using that hashtag precious fabric 24, and I'm just looking at my notebook to make sure that's definitely the hashtag it is, and to post your make by the 30th of September, tagging in Tomcat Stitchery Carmel, and you will be in the position to potentially win a prize. Now there's lots of wonderful sponsors that have sponsored prizes from people and companies like Helen's Closet, Stash Hub, Love Notion, Sew Over It, and the list goes on. So a huge thank you to those companies as well for getting behind these challenges, because it just makes it even more fun. So yeah, you can obviously if you sew up more than one garment and it inspires you to sew up more than one item, then great, but it's just sort of one entry per person for this particular challenge. Yeah, post your make, use the hashtag, tag in Whitney at Tomcat Stitchery Carmel, and yeah, wait and see and enjoy watching all those wonderful other people that are also taking part in the challenge. Now, as I say, I am part of the vlogator. There is at least one, if not two people posting videos every day with some inspiration and their ideas for this wonderful challenge. So that's what I'm up to today. You will be able to find a whole catalogue of people. So there's a few people that have been before me, because also I'm reasonably early on in the month, and there'll be lots of people that are coming after me as well. So type in that hashtag on YouTube and you'll find all the videos as well. But yesterday we had the wonderful Heartland Knits and Sews, and also Knots and Needles Crafts, and then tomorrow we've got Sew Sarah Sewed. So yeah, check those videos out as well. Now I have got 4 pieces of fabric that I've pulled from my stash that I consider to be precious fabrics. Now I don't have a massive stash, so I haven't necessarily got reams and reams of fabrics to choose from, but I've picked out 4 that for me, for one reason or another, have that sort of feeling of precious and that little bit of an edge of feeling a little bit scared to cut into them. So the fabrics that I've got are all actually quite appropriate for the upcoming sort of autumnal season, because I thought that was a good idea as well. Now I've just realised that 3 of the fabrics are actually Lady McElroy fabrics, but I think the reason that I consider them to be precious, I guess Lady McElroy is a slightly more kind of expensive fabric, and so that kind of makes you want to be a little bit more sure about what you're making before you cut into it. And also I've bought these with at certain events, and so they remind me of those events and the times that I spent with people. So this particular fabric is a cotton lawn fabric. It is a Lady McElroy fabric, and I bought this when I went on a shopping trip with the lovely Marissa from the Umbrian Sewist. Now Marissa's also got a YouTube channel. She has been absent from YouTube for some time, about 9 months, but she has this weekend released a video, so do go check her out as well. Now, in last November, beginning of December, we met up in London. She'd come over for some a work situation, and she came over a day or so early, and we were able to spend the day together. And we went to some fabric shops, of course, and one of the pieces of fabric that I bought was this lovely cotton lawn. So it's got quite a dark background. It looks black, but I think it's actually a very, very dark grey, and then it's got all these colourful sort of little dashes all over it. It's really lovely, and obviously being a cotton lawn, it's got that lovely feel to it. So that's one of the pieces of fabric that I particularly like, and is on my possibles of ones that I'm going to sew up. The next piece of fabric again is a cotton lawn. So I guess I'm thinking of similar types of patterns. Now again, this is a Lady McElroy fabric, and I bought this at one of the shows, and it reminds me of spending time with all the lovely people that I spent the day with. And this one is such a lovely fabric. It's got elephants all over it, and other animals. There's like some little monkeys. I don't know whether I can actually even see one up here. And yeah, it's a really lovely, fun fabric. Now, I previously made a bag from this fabric, just like a quilted tote bag. I'll drop a picture in of it somewhere for you to see. And I've got a reasonable amount of this fabric left. I've got at least 3 meters of this fabric. Now, whenever I think of sort of cotton lawn fabrics, I always think shirt dress. So I think these two fabrics are potentially going to be a shirt dress, or the Tilly and the Buttons Nell dress. I think those would be really nice in both of those. I think the the Nell in one of those would be really quite lovely and quite the statement, particularly if you did those big puffy sleeves. And the lawn, whilst it's obviously not as stable as a poplin, I think it would give give some puff to that sleeve without it being overly puffy, because I'm not a massive puff fan on myself, because I don't want it to be too broad. So hopefully that would work. Obviously there's other sleeve styles on that as well, so I could potentially do a different sleeve style. The third fabric, whilst I'm keeping on my Lady McElroy theme, is this fabric. Now, this is called, I've got it upside down, I want to call it the dip in the lake. And I love this one so much. I bought this at the last show that I went to, which was the Stitch Festival in March. It's a viscose fabric. It feels beautiful because it's viscose. It's got that gorgeous drape because it's viscose, and the colours are just mine. I love a fabric that's got a dark background to it because it just makes me feel more comfortable. But I love all those tones on there, and I just think it's perfect for the season that we're coming into with autumn, because you've got those pops of orange that reminds me of the leaves, and you've got all of these beautiful tealy tones, which if you watch my channel at all, you know that I absolutely love the colour teal. I just think it really works for me, and yeah, I'm always drawn to teal. So this fabric is just right up there in terms of favourite fabrics and feeling very precious to me. A, because I love the fabric, and B, because it reminds me of a lovely day spent with lovely people. And yeah, love it. Now my final fabric is a stretch fabric, and again this relates to the lovely Marissa from the Umbrian Sewist. She very kindly gave me a voucher by Graziella, who unfortunately, so that's the make there. Unfortunately, they don't sell fabric in the UK anymore, but they do have a German company still, so you still can get their fabrics online. And she very kindly gave me a voucher. She'd won it in a sewing challenge, I think, and the fabrics weren't necessarily for her, or the shipping cost was going to be terrible, was going to be quite high. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, she kindly gifted me the voucher, and with that voucher I bought another piece of fabric and this piece of fabric. So it's a stretched cotton jersey fabric. It's got a good amount of sort of stretch and recovery. It doesn't go too sort of white or anything because it's got a white background to it. And the reason for me feeling like it's quite precious is because it came from a lovely sewing friend. And with this one, I think I'm probably going to make quite a simple dress, which is the Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress. So some of these, obviously I'm not planning to make up all these fabrics for the sewing challenge, but some of these fabrics I'm hoping will form some of my sort of autumn winter plan. So if this isn't the fabric that I use for the challenge, I'm really hoping that this will give me the encouragement and the enthusiasm and the kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, just the will influence me into getting this one sewn up, because I love it and I just wish it was a garment rather than a flat bit of fabric. Now in terms of this one, I think this will be a Tilly and the Buttons Lotta. I think these could potentially be a shirt dress, potentially the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra, or the Nicole from Sew Over It, or there's another shirt dress pattern that I can think of. I can see it in my mind's eye, but I can't remember what the pattern is called. So that's the potential for these two pieces of fabric. Now this piece of fabric, and I think this is the one that I'm probably going to go for in terms of for this challenge, because it's just so beautiful, is the chalk and notch fringe dress. Now this is a dress that I've sewn up multiple times before, so it is a tried and true for me, but it's also a dress that I get a lot of wear out of. I find that I can style it for summer and for winter, and I feel like this fabric I could do both with, because it's bright enough to wear in the summer, but with the sort of the dark background and those jewelry tones, it's perfect for autumn winter too. I think I would get loads of use out of it, and I really want to use this fabric because I love it so much. I want to use it for a dress that I know that I will wear a lot. I've also made the pattern before, so I know that I've made the adjustments that I need to make for it. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this piece of fabric. So I'm really looking forward to finding out what everyone is up to for this challenge. If you do have any suggestions for these fabrics, then do let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you're going to be taking part, and I will really look forward to seeing that hashtag come the end of September, when all of those makes start rolling in. So I'm just looking at my pad to make sure that I have covered all the salient points. I think I have. So as I say, I hope you have fun with this challenge. I hope you all take part. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next video. So take care, happy sewing, and enjoy this wonderful sewing challenge. Take care. Bye bye.